Hello and welcome everybody to our latest series of product deep dives. We've got a team of experts here to talk to you about voice and collaboration, some stuff that we've recently delivered and what's coming up soon. And even better, you get the chance to ask some questions of our experts as well. So what are we going to be talking to you about? We're going to be talking to you about our business portal and how that new initiative that's recently released and what's coming up soon to give you a better customer experience. We've got our wholesale hosted communication value-added service. So these are the things that we deliver on top of the solutions to help you deliver a really rounded proposition to your customers. And then we're going to be talking about the W8C roadmap. So what's coming up soon in terms of the whole portfolio, including Teams Direct Connect, which is our flavour of Operator Connect. So in a second, I'm going to introduce you to Tom Bennett, who's going to talk to us about the latest initiatives on the business portal. But before we do, we've got our first poll. So you should be able to answer these questions on screen if you could do that now. So what feature would you most like to see next on business portal? In-portal feedback section, AI portal search to guide users, portal usage analytics for service providers, create, modify sites in Business Portal, and set up wizard for top used features. So whilst you're doing that as well, and when I introduce you to Tom, I'd also like you to ask some questions as well, and we'll come back to those later. Over to you, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Gail, and thanks all for joining. So today, I'm going to be talking a bit about where we are currently with the Business Portal, and also where we're heading in the near future. And I think to understand properly where we're heading, I think we just also need to take a bit of a step back and look at where we've come from. So initially, we launched the new business portal in the summer of 2022, and it was built from the ground up based on customer feedback. Fast forward to where we are today, and we have all of our customers 100% migrated to the new portal, and we've all been provisioning onto the new portal for some time. And in fact, the old Atrius portal was switched off last month. And then in terms of our internal targets and goals for the new portal, we've actually conducted a user study. So we've identified that the top 10 most common actions on the business portal are actually 74% faster to complete now versus the old portal. Now, that was a user study conducted under a controlled environment with a kind of average sized company. But I feel this is representative for a large number of customers, and that's a significant improvement. Now, I also wanted to touch on a few of the reasons behind the decision to move to the new business portal. Obviously, it's a big transformation, but we've identified several areas where we've really enhanced the system and enhanced the service. So for the purposes of this presentation, I've actually broken that down into 5 different sections here. So first and foremost, the new user interface, which is much more user-friendly and really benefits those that are new users on the platform and the product. New features such as the new user tour and the improved menu structure and consistency really benefits those with no prior experience of the product. Then following on from that in a similar theme, we've got the new portal section known as the Help Center. And this really helps the end users of the service self-support and self-serve for any product issues that they have or any knowledge gaps, and really reduces the contact into service teams, which we think is a real value add. It's also worth calling out that the new portal is BT built and BT owned, and that means that we control the roadmap, and by extension, you as our customers also control the roadmap. And we can really tailor that based on the user demands. So keep that feedback coming in, speak to your account manager, all that information is really useful. In addition to that, it's worth highlighting also that the team is now an integrated agile development team within BT. And that allows us to really have tight integration between the different teams and different platforms and systems within BT, allowing us in the long run to really turn around quickly new feature requests, bug fixes, and queries into service. We know we're not quite where we want to be on that yet, but that will come with time. And then finally on this slide, I wanted to call out the usage data and analytics that's really massively improved on the new portal and actually allows us to properly prioritize development areas where we know that users are using more frequently on the portal. And it also allows us to see where in the portal users aren't visiting and how then we can identify how to make those areas more accessible and more useful. I think it's also worth calling out a few of the portal challenges that we know our customers are facing at the moment. We know it's a big transformation that we've put all of our customers through, despite the fact that we think in the long run this will be really beneficial for the product. It's just to call out that we understand there have been challenges along the way. And on this slide, I've just called out 3 of the highest priority challenges that we're facing and tackling internally. And that we're currently addressing. So the first one that I've called out here is the portal loading speeds. We know this has definitely impacted the end user experience on the new portal. We have made significant improvements in this area already, and there's more to come. So we'll keep chipping away at that one. Next, we've also got the errors and delays on portal modify orders and new create orders. And I just wanted to flag this one. Again, it's an area where we're putting a lot of investment and a lot of work. We've made some progress, but we're not quite where we want to be, and we acknowledge that, and we're pushing really hard to bring it up to the level that you would expect. And then finally on this slide, I wanted to talk a bit about the business portal and WebEx integration, and particularly around WebEx Sync, where we have seen issues where the sync will stop working. And that would lead to a mismatch in data between the business portal and then the WebEx systems. And that can lead to knock-on issues further downstream. This issue we feel we are now on top of, and we've kind of resolved the root causes. So that should leave us in good shape for the future. And then here, just wanted to talk about what's coming next for the business portal. So I'm looking out towards the next 6 months. And I've got 6 key roadmap items here that I think are kind of interesting to talk about. So clearly, this isn't everything we're going to be delivering over the next 6 months, but I think these are some of the more interesting developments we have. So starting with kind of top left, service provider profile page. So this is going to really act as a landing page for a new service provider section that we're looking to build out on the business portal. Also part of that new section will be the self-serve portal rebranding. Now, this is one we're really excited about because we think it really enhances the rebranding functionality we have already built into the portal. It will allow service providers to self-serve in real time the look and feel of the business portal. In addition to that, we have the service provider reporting section planned. So this will allow service provider admins to export instantly or even schedule data points from the portal to be exported and sent out over email. In addition to those 3, we have 2-factor authentication planned. Now, this will be built on the BT single authentication framework and will increase the security of the portal to improve it better than it ever has been before, which we know is a really important aspect for our customers. And then the final 2 roadmap items I've put on screen here are centered around making user journeys quicker and easier. So kind of similar, we've got create multiple devices and we've got create multiple users. In both cases, we want to really simplify and speed up those journeys, particularly when creating more than one at one time. So create multiple devices will allow you to create or import up to 100 devices at once. And a similar situation with the user create journey. So create or import up to 100 users in one go, also coming soon. And then just to talk about some of those in a bit more detail, starting with the service provider profile page. Here we have a screenshot of the service provider profile page prototype that we have. And Actually, this page will initially display the system information and names that we have for your account on the WHC platform. And then we'll also be displaying information about the administrators that have access to that account. And as stated, this will act as the landing screen for the whole service provider section. Also within that section, we will have the self-serve rebranding pages. So this will really enhance the rebranding process that we have already in place and allow you to self-serve and view the impacts of those changes in real time. So this will allow you to change things like the logo, the fav icon, the secondary colour and the primary colour scheme on the portal. I think this is really nice. It's the first example really of the tighter system integration that we have with the new business portal within BT. And then last but not least, we've got the service provider reporting section. Again, really nice functionality that we've got planned here. You can see a screenshot of the prototype again. And the key functionality here is the ability to instantly download or schedule reporting on different data points within the business portal. So starting with users and licensing, and enhanced group features, numbers, devices, call logs, and then eventually even portal usage, so that you can see how your customers are leveraging the functionality within the business portal. So to summarize, I think we've got some really exciting things planned for the next 6 months for the business portal on the WHC platform. Some of those things really specific to the service providers and some great functionality for your new customers. And I'm really excited to see what the next 6 months holds. Thanks for listening, and I'll hand back to Gail.
Thanks, Tom. Some great stuff coming up there. Really interesting to see how that's going to impact and drive customer experience. Okay, so let's have a look at the poll results then, shall we? It looks like the top answer is Setup Wizard for top used features, and secondly, AI portal search to guide users. So a lot of interest in AI. I'm going to introduce you to Ziona Klilu in a minute, and she's going to talk to you about what's coming in our value-added services. So these are our solutions that help you really differentiate your proposition, drive a really sticky solution, and she's going to be talking about how CRM can be utilised and integrated into our voice portfolio, and also about how AI is going to help transform. Over to you, Zion.
Thank you, Gail. Hi, my name is Zion, and I look after our value-added services here at BT. So the first value-add product I'll be speaking about is CRM integration. So what is CRM integration? It allows you to integrate your chosen CRM into our WHC product. So the first new thing that's coming is that 20 new CRMs will be added to the already 250 available. So it targets different industries, so as you can see on your screen, from property to hospitality, and also several general CRMs. And this really allows you to target different customers in different industries to really help increase your proposition. Another new feature to come in CRM integration is a new dial pad interface. So this offers users an alternative method of placing telephone calls, and it also allows you to set your preferred device in which you want to call out from. There'll also be an option to send callback email requests. So this is new. So if you're in an active inbound call and you receive another call, you want to let your customer know that you're going to call them back. So an option will come up on your screen to send an email. The customer's information will be populated from the CRM into the email. In the to section, the customer's email will already appear, and you can let your customer know that you'll call them back, giving that really seamless experience and letting them know that you prioritize their time and you will get back to them. So these features really focus on the Windows client, and we will also now be focusing on the Mac client of CRM integration. So this is really for customers who use Apple devices, and it will give similar features and functions to the Windows client, and it also is supported by Mac OS, the 13 Venture and the 14 Sonoma. So again, users who use Apple devices, you can really target them to increase your proposition. And within the new Mac client, there'll be new features included in this client. So there'll be an extended CRM integration list. You can add duplicate contacts directly to the CRM and preferred device selection and control. And you'll also be able to receive missed call notifications. So again, we're really trying to increase our Mac client for CRM integration in line with the Windows client. So lots of new exciting things coming for CRM integration. And now I want to focus on WebEx and what the future holds. So let's watch the WebEx AI assistant at work. So you're in a meeting, as you can see in the screen in front of you, and for some reason you need to step away. So the AI will automatically detect that you've stepped away, and in its place, an icon will appear, as you can see in the screen, letting your team know that you've had to step away for whatever reason. Then, when you come back, the option of catching up will appear. So if you choose to, you can click View. So you've clicked View. So two options will appear. The first one will be recapping in a summary. So you'll just get a summary of everything that you missed. And what's really cool here is that you can ask AI specific questions. So if you want to see where your name appears while you're away, you can ask AI that, and it will come up with a summary of every single time that your name was mentioned, letting you know that this is what you missed and this is what you can get back to. Alternatively, if you want a full transcript, you can click View Full Transcript, and a full transcript of everything that was said in the meeting will appear, including any interactions and emojis throughout the meeting. So it really feels like you never really stepped away, and that you can really get that full transcript of what you were while you were away. So that's one section of what's coming up. So you can catch up quickly. And another cool feature is sending the perfect message. So if you want to send a message, you can type the message into the chat box, and AI will be able to change the tone. So if you want to sound more friendly, more professional, more direct, AI will just change your message into whatever tone that you would like it to be. And another key feature is translating into 30 new languages. Now, this is really key for teams who are from across who use different languages. So if you just type in your message into the chat, and AI will automatically translate it into whatever language, and you can really communicate effectively with your team in different languages, and it just gives that really seamless and great experience. So moving on, Cisco's also been working on developing the new WebEx AI codec, and now this is really good because it allows for, train of thought. It allows for crystal audio and video in poor bandwidth conditions. So what AI will do is it will rebuild the packets in poor bandwidth conditions to really give that always-on collaboration. And as you can see on the screen, there's 3 key benefits to this: is 16 times less bandwidth, crystal clear audio, and reduced storage costs because less bandwidth is required. So as you can see, lots of new exciting things happening both in WebEx and CRM integration, so watch this space.
Thanks, Zion. Some really interesting thoughts there. So we're going to come to our next poll now. So here's the question: what do you think would be the most beneficial feature of user-accessible AI for your partner and their customers? Catching up on meetings quickly, sending the perfect message, translating 30 languages, or crystal clear audio? Zion, what's your thoughts about what that might be?
So personally, for me, I would say catching up quickly on meetings. I think we've all had to step away from a meeting when you receive an Amazon delivery or anything. So being able to summarize exactly what you've missed or see a full transcript, I think is really beneficial.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, don't forget to keep submitting your questions for Zion and the rest of the team as you go along. We'll come to those at the end. Thank you. We'll come back to this poll. Thanks, Zion.
Perfect.
Okay, we're now going to hand over to Joe Martin, who's going to talk to you about some of the initiatives that are coming for Teams Direct Connect. As I said, that's our flavour of Operator Connect. Over to you, Joe.
Amazing. It's great to hear about all the AI innovation that's going on. I know for me, it's personally affecting my home and work life. I use it on a day-to-day basis to help me with at-home tasks and helping me even with the cue cards for today's presentation. It's great for those who were able to attend Partner Plus, which was in February. Microsoft and I did a presentation talking about Teams Phone and Copilot and what that means for the next 6 months. So for those who couldn't make it, please come to the next one. You'll hear even more about what Microsoft and Copilot means. But today we want to talk about Teams Direct Connect and what that means for you. Now, when I joined the team, it was clear to me that we need to make a simple yet unique product for the market. And we've done amazing things already, just in such a short period of time. One thing to highlight is the ability to migrate your direct routing customers to Operator Connect, Teams Direct Connect, seamlessly through APIs. For those who follow the release notes, you would have seen that. And for those who don't know about the release notes, they come out on a regular basis. So please keep an eye on that for all the more low-level detail that comes out around Teams Direct Connect and all the wider WHC as well. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Microsoft App Marketplace. That's a place where you can purchase other Microsoft products. But what we're looking to do is build our own private offer for you where you can consume Teams Direct Connect. Now, for you as a partner, that means that you'll be able to purchase alongside, for example, Office 365, Teams Direct Connect, simplifying your order process and also simplifying your billing as well, because it's all done through Microsoft. Now, that's going to come in Q2, although it won't be available from day one. So please reach out to myself or the account managers, and we can go into more detail about how you can begin that journey of consuming Teams Direct Connect through the App Marketplace. The second feature here is both for you and the end customer. Tolling Advanced Analytics. So this is using Analytics 365 specifically for the Teams tenant. Now, we do have it as a value-add service for the wider portfolio, but here we're talking specifically with Teams. Analytics 365 for Teams is going to be great for those end customers who maybe have large contact centers or have large sales forces who want to have enhanced insights into the way that their teams operate, both using the Teams application and the voice network. For you as our partner, this is another value-add service to increase the value proposition for you, meaning that you can come to BT with a differentiated product into the market. Now, as I said before, if you want to come to and speak to us, we can go into more detail about the other things that are going along with TDC. So please do reach out and we can have those more detailed discussions. But that's all for today. I'm handing over to James now to talk more about WHC. So over to you, James.
Thank you, Joe. So I'm really excited to speak to you today about bringing technical routers onto the WHC portfolio. We really are bringing our all-IP story onto an enterprise-grade product. We've got two fantastic entry-level licenses. We've got the Foundation and we've got the Express. Both come with fantastic benefits, superb uptime, fantastic service levels, and that's all fully supported by the brilliant BT network. We really want to bring a seamless and effortless transaction over to the all-IP. With the technical router, it's actually the market-leading router in B2B broadband. It's got 65 to 70% of the market are already on technical routers, so we really are hitting the right spot. In terms of benefits, what are the benefits that you're going to get from this? Well, engineer visits are no longer required. There's no need for additional equipment, which is going to bring your costs right down. You don't need to buy additional ATA devices, for example. The technical routers. Oh, sorry, there you go. I'm just making sure the slides are on there. So with the technical routers, I think it's a case of saying, we're making it as easy as it can be to transition over to the all-IP. As I said, you don't need equipment. The engineer visits are no longer required. It's making it a really, really easy situation and journey for the end customer. I think one thing I wanted to say as well in terms of the end-to-end customer. So from a provision perspective, we'll be provisioning the routers on business zone. The SIP credentials will then be exposed. They will then be exposed onto the routers. So from an end customer's perspective, all that is required is to put the actual digital phone line into the router. How simple is that? That's exactly what we want to achieve. One thing I just wanted to touch on as well, improving the customer experience in WHC. We know things aren't perfect, but we're absolutely determined to make sure that that isn't the case. for a long period of time, and we want to make sure we make this product as good as it can possibly be. We're absolutely keen to speak to you, to get your feedback, to make this product the best it can be. I would just say, stuck orders has been a conversation recently, and we're addressing that head on. We're really confident that we're moving in the right direction. There's lots of great work that's been achieved, and we're going to continue with that. We want to make the digital journeys the best it can possibly be. So, thank you very much, Gail.
Thank you, James.
Sorry, I should say. There's been lots of great work going on today. Just wanted to touch on the roadmap that everyone's been discussing. Just kind of gives you a bit of a flavour of all the different things that we've discussed today, and a little bit of a roadmap from Q1 all the way through to Q4. Thank you, Gail.
Thanks, James. So there's lots to come. Really exciting. Okay, so we're going to finish with our final poll now. What is your biggest priority for the next 12 months? So just whilst you get on with answering that, we're just going to bring the panel back on for questions, and there's still time to submit your questions. Thank you. So welcome back. Thank you for all of you that has responded to our poll. We've got some interesting answers there, and they're appearing as kind of a word cloud. So beat the competition, yeah, always. Partner engagement on HVS. Reliable WHC provisioning. To get fit and healthy, I like that one, share that one with you. OTS and all IP migration and automation. And that's a lot of the things that we've covered actually today. Sell more WebEx, that's great to hear. And hopefully some of the new initiatives that are coming forward will help with that. So we're going to come back to the questions. Firstly, so what are you doing to help resolve some of the recent challenges we experience about stuck orders on WHC? So James, you talked a little bit about that. Is there anything more to tell?
Yeah, sure. I think it's a great opportunity to address questions like that. It's something I'm really passionate about. We make sure we go in the right direction. The order journey, I want to make sure it's a seamless and effortless process as resellers are placing their orders. There's been lots of great work in the background on this. We've had a huge migration from the old Atrius platform over to the Val platform, which I know everyone's familiar with. If we say, honestly, has it gone as smooth as we wanted it to? Possibly not. But we're over the hill now. We can now really focus on making that a really, really great service and a great portal. And I know Tom's already been doing some really good work on that. So I think the last thing I would just say is, it's an absolute priority from a product team. We want to make that experience as efficient as it can be and as good as it can be. So watch this space. We are doing a lot to address those issues, and it's definitely top priority.
Thank you. Another question around what do you see as the future of voice? How is voice going to pan out in the future, and collaboration? How do they fit together? Are there any future trends that you want to talk about?
I think talking about Teams Phone Mobile, not Teams Phone Mobile, sorry, just Teams Phone generally. We're seeing Operator Connect really starting to take hold as a key product in the market. I think traditionally direct routing was the most popular solution. Now with Operator Connect launching, we were first to market to launch Operator Connect Wholesale. We're starting to see a huge trend towards that. And even outside of Wholesale, within our direct space, we're seeing Operator Connect being an ideal solution from its simplicity. Not everybody needs a fully configured service, like with direct routing as an example. So Operator Connect really is starting to become the preferred choice for simplicity. A lot of the end customers, they want the end results of a Teams Phone solution, and Operator Connect really provides that simplified version of it. So yeah, Operator Connect is definitely the up and coming, if not already the major Teams Phone solution. We're really proud with all the work that's been going on so far to not just offer Operator Connect, but offer more above and beyond what we can offer as a standard product. So, it's a really exciting environment. The next 5 years are going to be, really game changing. Teams itself is already such a popular platform. I think at our Partner Plus event, we spoke about the fact that there's over 1 billion phone calls made on Teams itself. So adding voice to that just seems like the natural progression for a lot of businesses, whether you're GPs, large call centers, or whoever it may be. seems like the right move for them when they just want something that works.
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it at the moment.
I'd just like to add as well, I think there's some key words mentioned in the poll, automation. I think that's going to play a really huge part in the future. And AI as well. I don't think AI is going away. You know, Zion did a great little bit on what WebEx is bringing from an AI perspective. And I think, you know, we definitely need to make sure we're part of those conversations in the future and looking at the digital order journeys and how we can automate and bring AI and lots of different things like that into it. I think it's going to be a big conversation.
That's a great link into another question. Customers are asking about APIs. We have APIs within our portfolio, and they're being developed further, aren't they?
100%. I think it's a really great point and possibly an opportunity, really, for resellers to jump on the API bandwagon. You know, I've just spoke about the technical routers. You know, there's a huge opportunity there to really expose those APIs. We're going to be exposing the SIP credentials within Business Zone, which is a huge opportunity. And you know, if I'm being really honest, I think it's an area that's not really been tapped to in terms of its potential. We've got, you know, a very, very large customer that's really embracing the APIs, and I think it'd be great if we see that, you know, that increase over the years. But yeah, I think just to go back to Technicolor, you know, that's a huge opportunity where you can embed into APIs, and the opportunity is huge there.
Yeah.
So that's probably a really good takeaway to look into our APIs because they are there, and we're happy to have conversations around that.
Great opportunity.